in either individual or family or whatever might be your client. So when you assess, you try to understand them very well. You understand whether there is a dynamic process or there is an interactive process of the practice. And again, you begin to understand the theories of human behavior and so on and so forth. Then all methods of assessment must be must be well known to you. Okay, like the example I gave in the research. If you are assessing students, let's say you are in the school, let's take the school environment as a context now, and you need to assess the student, or you are giving out intervention to students in a particular school. Those that will be the beneficiary, you need to engage them. And when you engage them, you also assess them, whether they are worthy of getting that intervention or not, because they may possess some characteristics that you need to know before you can give it to them. What are we saying about assessing? You want to assess whether the intervention you are planning for them, do they really need that intervention? Is it their first need? Or you just assume it for them? So you need to understand this. So if you are providing a solution, if you are providing a kind of intervention for some clients, and you do not engage them, you do not assess whether that client will, that particular intervention will be useful or is needed by that client, we may be wasting our time as professionals. Then you also intervene. After assessment, what they need is to bring that intervention to solve their problems, and you go from there. Then evaluate. Don't forget, when you assess is just part of it. Assessment is just an ongoing thing within a short period of time. But when you evaluate a long period of time, and the assessment is inbuilt into evaluation.
I do
Evaluation is a kind of we have summative, we have formative. Yeah, somebody is disturbing us in this classroom. Can that person mute his or her mic? So when you evaluate, you look at the whole system, you look at the whole program you want to do, the whole client, evaluate everything about it. Anything that may come your way, you evaluate. Is a very important component in what we do as a professional. You want to evaluate policy, you want to evaluate effectiveness of the service that is being delivered. You want to evaluate everything that surrounds your service users. You need to understand the methods for evaluating outcomes and practice effectiveness. So all these are very, very necessary. So in this case, you use appropriate method for evaluation. You also analyze, monitor, and evaluate intervention that has come before you, and the intervention you are also bringing in. And the program and the outcomes of that intervention that you may do. The effectiveness of such intervention is also important for evaluation at the micro level, at the middle level, and at the macro level. So all these are very important aspects that we need to look at properly as a professional. Sorry. Again, we discuss rapport building, and I think we discussed very, very extensively on that, where we said rapport building in social work refers to the process of establishing a trusting, respectful, and empathetic relationship between the social worker and the client. And this allows your client to feel safe, to feel understood, and to feel valued. And we consider elements of rapport building like active listening, empathy, respect and non-judgment, warm approach, and so on and so forth. And so on and so forth. And I think we also talk about some dimensions. We talk about some dimensions in, is it in rapport? And we talk about respect as well. We talk about key aspect of respect. And that time I made you understand that respect is recognition and appreciation of inherent worth, rights, feelings, perspectives of others. It involves treating people with dignity, fairness, and consideration, regardless of their background, belief, or status. Key aspect of respect: valuing others, polite and courteous behavior, listening and understanding, honoring boundaries. Why do we do this in social work? Why? Why respect matters in social work? One, it builds trust and rapport with clients. It promotes peaceful relationships and reduces conflicts. It supports human rights, equality, and social justice. It empowers people, especially those who are vulnerable and marginalized. You should also remember that in the Nigerian society, or in the Nigerian context, or in Nigerian society, respect is deeply rooted in cultural norms, such as showing regards for others, using respectful greetings, and honoring community traditions, while also recognizing that modern values emphasize mutual respect across all ages, genders, and social classes. So we move from there. To, sorry, we move from there to some other areas in this course. We talk about advocacy, confidentiality, professional conduct, confidentiality, I think advocacy, and we talked much about advocacy that day. I think that was our last discussion that day. Before we go to quality service, we also discuss emotional resilience. Please read up all this and ensure that you apply it to practical situation as well. Then strategies for us to develop emotional resilience and quality service delivery. So I'm trying to, I think I actually added some other things. I'm trying to recall some of those things I added that time, and for it to be of importance to you as well. So from this end, I think I can just pause so that I hear from you before I respond. So if you have any question, so let me know. Yes, any question? Any question? Can you people hear me?
We can hear you, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir, we can hear it.
I want to have your reactions. So you can just raise your electronic hand so that I respond. I wouldn't know whether I've been able to meet up with your demand as regard revision. Yes, I'm listening. Where is the exam?
On the 5th of July.
5th of July, right? Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, let us interact now.
Okay.
Yes, question. Anyhow, if you are still thinking about the question, but you should know that I don't know if the pattern of the exam will change this year, but I know that it's always a multiple choice of the exam, and when you are to write exam, which is of multiple choice format, you know you have to read in between the lines.
Okay.
And please, and you also take note of all I've been said in class, and some of the important things that may be of help to you. But I want to assure you that everything will be fair, because we are to also promote justice.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Fairness, justice, and everything. You cannot just say it by mouth. We should also demonstrate that, even from this level. I think you understand what I'm trying to say. So that is not to say that you should not prepare very hard. You have to prepare very well. So that is about that. Your seminar as well, you also need to prepare very well. I think you have been giving tutorial on how you are going to make your presentation. Have you been guided?
We have been informed, sir.
Okay. Have you been guided in the way you are going to make presentation?
Yes, the group leader and 2 other leaders in the group will do the presentation. Then randomly, a question can come from anywhere. So all the members of the group should prepare.
Okay. Okay. That is very, very important. So what you do as a guy, as an advice from me is, since you know the number, the time allocated to you, ensure that you manage your time. Is very, very important. It is not important that you say everything you have planned to say. It's not important. But ensure that you go to the cogent area you want the panel to know, if you know that you are running out of the time. It's not compulsory that you spend all the time, every minute, every second you want to use it. No, it's not compulsory. It is better for you if you finish within the time, before the time, than for them to stop you halfway. You know, you may not even be prepared to conclude. So that one is very important. And go to just where the thing you cannot actually provide answer to, or you don't know much about it. It's not compulsory that you explain and you'll be roping yourself while you are explaining. If you know you don't have a deep knowledge about it, just say it and move on. So you allow question to bring it up if anybody will actually note that. So please note that and follow instructions strictly. So that, because some of us will also be in the panel and will ask you questions. You should know that I will be ask you questions. The question that we ask will depend on what you present. So meaning that what you want to present, you must be sure of what you are presenting. You must have the knowledge of what you are presenting. So if you don't have that knowledge, it's not at this level. You don't say what you don't know anything about. No crime. No crime in what you don't know. You don't know it, don't say it. Other than to tell lies when you don't even know the right and to know the right response. It's honorable that way. Thank you. Ngozi.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, I can see your hand. Ngozi.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Thank you very much for the revision. And I want to ask, can we get some past questions on these courses so that we can as well go through?
You know, it's multiple choice. I don't have past questions. So if I want to, if I want to set the question now, I will sit down again and set the question. My practice is I don't normally repeat questions, or what I do is as it occurs to me, I will set the questions when I go through the materials or when I remember anything I've said. And one thing I also want to add is this: there will be some applied questions that may not be direct. That may be some of the questions that will not be direct. You know, you are not in secondary school. You are not undergraduate. That will say how many states do we have in Nigeria? 36. You just write 36. It may not come that way. It may not come that way, but it will. When you read from A to Z, you will understand any direction the question may want to go. Just note that. I'm not saying you will not find some direct questions, but some questions will be applied. Like I gave you assignments, like let me just add this, so that you don't say, this man. Like I gave you assignment on, I think I gave you assignment on what? Who can remind me? Remind me of your assignment.
Female genital mutilation.
Great.
And the social worker's role in advocating against it, or whether we actually see it as the wrong practice, and then what is the role of the social worker?
The role of the social worker too.
Yes. So don't lose sight. Don't say I may not ask question from that assignment. It may not be an essay question, but it may be an objective questions too from that assignment. So meaning that if you have actually done the assignment yourself and you have read, the essence is that I wanted you to go and read something about FGM and the role of social workers. How social workers are also involved in eliminating female genital mutilation. You know, it's a health concern, and it's been concerned to the society, and the prevalence continues to rise and rise and rise. It has not been brought down. So that is an aspect. So thank you. I think somebody else also raised his hand. Any other question? So any other question? You can see the course. Yes,
actually,
go ahead.
the question I wanted to ask now. Hello, sir.
Hello, who is speaking?
Hello. Yeah, this is Jumbo.
Okay, Jumbo.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The actual question I wanted to ask is exactly what you answered now. Like talking about the female mutilation, gender mutilation. Because I wanted to ask if the material you gave, if all your questions, they are going to come from there. But now you just spoke what I wanted to ask. But because this gender mutilation is not part of it, that's exactly what I want to ask. So, but okay. I did the assignment. So now that you have said we should go and check few things there, so it has to be added to the course outline.
What you are going to read?
Yes, sir.
Yes, and also think of any related issue to discuss. You know, we talk about competencies.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Don't forget, we talk about policies.
Yes, sir.
Don't forget, we talk about challenging policies, challenging unjust policies.
Yes, sir.
Those ones you should also remember to put it in the in your file so that you just have to have knowledge. All this will be useful for you when you are on field, when you are practicing. A particular program may come up maybe in your state of residence or wherever, and an area which you are not exposed to while in school will come up. So you will be in the best position to adapt and also make your contribution as necessary. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Akon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Akon.
Yes, sir.
Akon,
Mine is yes, I'm speaking.
who is speaking?
Akonma.
Okay, Akonma. Blessed.
Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, so mine is like a personal challenge I'm having because of this change of date for the examination. I don't know. How is the examination? How is the exam? Is it everybody writes at the same time, or can you just, when you log in, you write to your, are the questions going to be the same, or are we going to have types? So that, because I have a funeral on that day, which was actually rescheduled because of my engagement in June. And then suddenly I saw it moving to July, and that 5th. So I don't know how I'm going to manage it. I have discussed with the coordinator anyway. He has not given me a response as to what I will do.
Discuss with the coordinator. Is the timetable out already?
Not yet.
We had a timetable since at the start of the program.
Oh, I mean the exam.
And then the exam
No, sir.
No, he has just given us the date. It's the date we have, not time yet.
Okay, please discuss with the coordinator.
Okay.
Discuss with the coordinator and the ICT. The coordinator will actually get in touch with the ICT people. Mine is to set the question and send it to them. So they will do the necessary arrangement. Perhaps it's going to be the same question, going to be the same time. So that's technicality. They will handle it at their hands.
Ever since I saw that change, I in myself.
Like how many each of the courses, sir? How many questions are we expecting?
Well, how many questions can I remember? Is it 60, 50 or 60?
Okay, all right, sir.
Depending on the instruction, but I know it's not less than 50.
Okay,
it's not less than 50, and your CA will also count as well.
Okay, sir.
The CA will also count as well, except there is a change in the pattern.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you too. Do we have any other question?
Yes, sir.
Comments?
So
yes.
So I'm asking, this thing that normally happens, sometimes we have network issues. Is it put into consideration that in case if there is something like that, what is the alternative? Because we are not sure of networks. Most of the times we're having lectures. So is it
what you do? You are writing an important exam. Ensure that you look for location where the network signal is very strong. That is your own preparation. And I pray that network will not disappoint. So please look for location where network will never fail you. And since exam will not take much time, please look for location, because no one can predict that. And we do not even emphasize such, but ensure that you look for location where network is very, very good. That's just my advice. Is the exam people that will have their finances on it. But if I were you, I will look for location where I have good network. Or where if I'm using MTN, and I know MTN is fluctuating, and I know
from their own end.
Airtel is very strong. I will provide alternative as Airtel. You provide alternative. It's like going to the exam hall and you are going with one pen. If you go with the one pen and that one pen stops functioning, what do? Do you start getting out to go and buy another pen? So it's advisable you go with 2 pens. If one actually fails you, the second one you use it as an alternative. That's my personal advice anyway.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes. I want to thank you. If there's no other, I wouldn't know if you've been able to say one or two things of help to your exam, but I'll be looking forward to seeing you. I think this is your final this is the final lap, right?
Yes, sir.
So we'll be happy. We'll be happy to see you in Enugu. How many of you are from Enugu? Is anyone from Enugu here?
I'm not. I am from Rivers State.
I mean, stay in Enugu. If you are resident in Enugu right now, because the conference is in Enugu by November. That's why I'm asking that question, so that I will be looking forward to meeting you in Enugu at the conference when you will be inducted as bona fide members of the esteemed institute.
Yeah, so we praise.
I'm looking forward to that. So,
yes,
ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you most sincerely for your time.
Thank you.
And for
thank you so much.
actually sharing with me. And I want to wish you well in your seminar as well as in the exams. Just take your time to do things the way it should be done. And do not just take this course as just academics. Whatever we discuss, try and practice that. Even when you are inducted in your practice, try and ensure that you make use of few tips that we've been able to discuss during the course of our interaction. So I want to thank you once again.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
grateful.
so much.
Happy Father's Day, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much for that.
Thank you, sir. We are grateful for your time. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the knowledge shared.
All right.
God bless you.
God bless you too. Amen. Bye-bye.